Good evening. Welcome to Loud Poets. Please clap your hands, stamp your feet, and make some noise for your host and compere, Kevin Mclean.
Hello, and welcome to Loud Poets Bradford Slam! Oh, that is what I need on a Tuesday evening. It's Tuesday, right? I know what's happening. Hello. My name is Kevin Mclean. I will be your host for this evening. This is the first ever Loud Poets Bradford Slam. Ooh. We are very excited to be here at the beautiful Bradford Literature Festival. Give it up for the BLF. We are so happy to be here. Give me a little whoop if you have been to a poetry slam before. The slammers are ready. Give me a little whoop if you have never been to a poetry slam before. Lurking at the back. Good. I think a lot of people were double wooing there, which, bad, but also, again, we're excited. Nice. Well, if you've never been to a poetry slam before, don't worry. I'm going to break it all down. I'm going to walk you through it. It's going to be a lot of fun. The first thing you need to know, poetry slams, very silly. Trying to assign a score to a poem, an impossible task, but it does make you people show up for the blood sport of poetry, and then we get to kind of sneak spoken word poems at you surreptitiously. So it works out well for us. But yes, that is the idea. We're going to be having a bunch of poems. We're going to be judging them. We're going to get a winner. It's going to be really good. So the first thing you need to know is we have 11 beautiful poets. Make some noise for our poets. They are going to be competing across 3 rounds. In each round, each poet will have 3 minutes of the mic. We're going to go from 11 poets down to 6 poets, down to 3 poets, and then we will crown 1 poet the Bradford Slam champ. That's how it's going to work. So, if you've never been to a slam before, you are going to hear a bit of everything. You are going to get the whole remit this evening. Poetry slams, you're going to get every subject matter, every style, a lot of different voices on the stage, tackling a bunch of different stuff. You might get some very funny stuff. We might get some stuff that dips into the raw and the emotional. Take care of yourselves, guys, all right? If you're feeling that you need to step out for any reason, at any point, that's all cool. All I ask is you do it while I'm speaking or while people are clapping, or when a poet has kind of said, like, hey, it's cool too, and not in the middle of someone's heartfelt poem, all right? That'd be wonderful. So what we're going to do is we're going to be judging our poets. But how? How do we judge our poets? Well, luckily, that's not my fucking job. I have tricked 3 fools into doing it for me. Please let me introduce them. First, we have our own resident loud poet, she the doctor, she the PhD. Give it up for Katie Ailes. Katie Ailes made the mistake of educating herself, and now we force her to judge poetry. That's her mistake. That is wonderful. Our second judge representing the Bradford Literature Festival, we have Ralph Dartford, who I also hear is like doing a PhD in spoken word. We'll see if Katie can't convince him to not do that by the end of the show. That'll be wonderful. And our third guest, who will also be fulfilling a special role in the slam, please make some noise for the legend that is Maria Ferguson! Oh, what a judging panel, and I apologize in advance for what's going to be a terrible night of stress for you 3. Have fun. Yes, so that is going to be that, and those are our judges eminently qualified to judge a poetry slam. And what they'll be judging on is the quality of the poem and the quality of the performance. That's it. That's all that matters this evening. They are going to be paying attention to that and trying to assign point values. So that'll be what they're doing. We have our poets. We have our judges. As I said, Maria is going to fulfill a special other role. It is horrible being the first person up to the microphone at a poetry slam. So we like to throw a poet on the pyre before that happens. We like to get one out of the chamber. We have our sacrificial poet, and Maria is going to be stepping into that role. So double applause for Maria. So in between the rounds, she's going to be up giving us some poetry while the poets stress out and sweat about scores and all that stuff. In the third round, we're also going to have a little extra Loud Poets magic that we like to sprinkle on top in the way of our beautiful musician. Make some noise for Mr. Jack Hinks. We are big fans of combining music and poetry together, and that is what we're going to see in the third round. We throw in a little extra hurdle in our Poets' Ways. The three finalists will have to improvise alongside Jack. Not the words, just the dealing with the musician bit. But yes, it's a lot of fun when we get there. You'll see how it all works. It's all going to be good. So those are the poets. Those are the judges. That's how the round works. What are they competing for? Well, like I said, they will become the first ever Loud Poets Bradford Slam champ, which I feel is a pretty cool fucking thing to be. But that is, respect of your peers, sure, whatever. What they're really competing for is £200 cash. We will not be giving them cash and sending them out to the night. They'll be doing it through invoice. But yes, that is what they're competing for this evening. They will also be qualifying. So what we are doing, Loud Poets, we are running this huge slam series. We ran 2 years previously just in Scotland. That explains the accent. We did 6 heats and took the winners and runners up, brought them together for a Grand Slam final in Edinburgh, and that was lovely. This year, we're expanding it out. We are doing 7 heats in Scotland and 3 heats in England. So we've also been in Birmingham and London, and we're here tonight, so we will have 3 English poets, 7 Scottish poets. That's right, once we get to outnumber you. And we'll have them all together in Edinburgh at the Grand Slam final, where they will compete for £3,000! Which, if you know anything about fucking money, is loads. That's like 4 times a poet's annual salary. It's a big deal. We're very excited for that. Although when I said that in London, they were like, rent for a month. No one cares. But yes, that is the prize. But no, the real people, the real OGs know that pride is one thing, recognition another, money a wonderful thing on top, but the real prize, you become the holder of the Loud Poets Slam Championship belt. Not enough. The Loud Poets Slam Championship belt. Correct. This is all not an elaborate ruse so that I can have a wrestling belt. You're crazy. No, it's going to be a lot of fun, guys. That is how the slam is going to work. We've got our poets, all that good stuff. You don't need to worry about any of that. That's me really recapping for these guys who didn't listen to me 10 minutes ago because they're nervous. You only need to worry about having a good time. You only need to worry about enjoying all the amazing poetry you're going to hear this evening. Like I said, poetry can go the slams can go all over the place. Some of these poets, it will be their first ever slam, might be some of their first ever times reading. Some of them might be veterans of the slam. It's a whole remit. I want you guys to give each and every one of them a whole bunch of love and support and just be kind and enjoy that poetry. Are you up for that this evening? Yeah. Guys, it says Loud Poets on the banner. You got to give me something. Are you up for that this evening? Yeah. Oh, yes. I thought you would be. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run down the running order. Again, this is mostly for the poets who have already deleted the information from earlier. And then we will jump in. So we're going to go Bradford. This is the big test I put to every place we go for a heat. We are going to do one big cheer at the end of the list. I believe in you, Bradford. Abby Senior. Oh, good. Chris Campbell, Chris Singleton, Eleanor May Blackburn, Ian Winter, Lateral G, Nobody Important, Suhail, The Hell Poet, Tristan Lewis, Zara Saher. Those are your points! I can't say Nobody Important without giggling in my own head. Guys, that is how the slam is going to work. Those are your poets. You are in for an absolute treat. But to kick us off, let's get a poem going with the absolutely spectacular Maria Ferguson!
Thank you. Oh my goodness, I'm stressed. I was like checking the list and then I had to run up here and I'm doing a poem. Hello. Yeah, I'm Maria and I'm one of the judges. Being sacrificial when you're judging is actually quite awkward because the poets might listen to me and go, what's she judging me for? I'm better than her. And you may well be. So I'm looking forward to finding out. I used to do a lot of slam poetry. I used to do a lot of performance poetry, still perform. But yeah, I did a lot of slam and I was like, it's about being in the room. It's about being on the mic. You'd never catch me publishing my poems. This is my book. Came out this year. So I'm going to be reading some from my collection. Something for the poets. I'm filling time now because once you publish things in a book, they're much shorter. So I'm filling my 3 minutes. Someone said something to me before I did a slam years and years and years ago, and they said, the point is not the points, the point is the poetry. So remember that. It doesn't matter who wins. Though £3,000's quite nice. So's that belt. I want that belt. Okay. So yeah, I'm going to do a poem from this collection. It's called Swell. It's all about becoming a mother. And yeah, this poem is from the second section in the collection, which is about an unexpected pregnancy, miscarriage, and using nature for healing. So if any of that sounds like something you don't want to listen to right now, feel free to look after yourself. It's called Pomegranate. I brush my teeth and I think of the pip. Pluck my chin. Pip. Scramble some eggs, milk and butter. So hungry, must be. Pip. Doesn't know me yet. But one day it might hate me as much as I hate myself. Get embarrassed when I dance in the kitchen. Drive a wedge between me and my friends. I'll struggle to hold a conversation. Won't sleep for fear of lilies, me, him, Pip, money, space. A dog might gobble it up. No more Sunday morning lie-ins, pastries with the papers, brunch. I put on an old pair of dungarees. Pip rips them from crack to crotch, wriggle in the permission of it might just be the making of me. Imagine Pip confiding in me. I go outside, eat my greens, fizzy orange tablet, Fitbit. Take great pleasure in the strain, collect names from American dramas, peanut butter straight from the jar, practice cradling abdomen, cluck. Thinking what colour to paint the lounge, an unmistakable twinge cracks my insides open on the lino. Like an egg. I watch television with my husband, hands in my lap. Thank you.
Absolutely amazing stuff. And guys, please make sure to pick up a copy of Swell. You can grab it at the interval. I would suggest you do. It's an absolutely beautiful piece of work. Hey, you're going to hear more from Maria as we go on. But now it is time to jump in to the first round. Guys, we have Chris Cambell on deck. But to kick us off, you need to make all the noise as we welcome to the stage your first poet, Abby Senior!
Content warning for references to death by suicide. This is a passenger announcement. It's before 9 a.m. and the train is still and full of suits and suitcases and silence and headphones, and my heart sinks as the mechanised voice of public transport makes me pause, ready to rethink a journey that's had me up since 5. Around me, the carriage shuffles as the headphones are removed and eyes lifted from the pages of a newspaper as I hear it say, "Please note that a number of today's services are subject to delay." Translation. You are not making that morning meeting, that phone call with France, that connecting train, or that last chance interview with HR. No, you are screwed. And while it's not your fault, it is your problem. And around me, the carriage responds in kind, side muttering and some aggressive shaking of the Times, the Telegraph and the Independent before the voice continues, slow, smooth and unrepentant, due to a person being hit by a train. Translation. An hour ago, Harry Crane, 32 3/4, his birthday in July, he's a Gemini rising and a Capricorn moon and a father of 2 and loving husband to Jen, drove down after the morning breakfast to the tracks and died by suicide in front of the 757 cross-country service to Moss Side. Every effort is being made to restore service to normal as quickly as possible. Translation. His body has now been removed from the tracks while John, the driver, is allowed to collapse out of sight as he takes a moment to breathe, unable to believe that this has happened again. This is the 4th suicide he's seen, and he already had PTSD from the previous 3, but this one feels different. This one feels wrong and crude and obscene, and as he considers it alongside the ones from his past, John knows that deep down this one is his last time on a train, his last day on the job, because he knows that this will happen again, but not to him. Not in this life nor the next. So before John talks to the police, he quits his job via text, and his wife will be pleased, though he'll never say why one morning he woke a train driver and retired the same day. Please listen for further announcements, and we apologise for the inconvenience this may cause you on your journey today. Translation. That is the value of human life. Yesterday you were a son, a husband, you had a wife. Today you are simply an inconvenience, a frustrating delay. That is what you're worth to strangers you will never meet, an automated apology just left on repeat, and passengers will be compensated for your defeat. For when they submit their form, they will list your death as a disruption and have their ticket refunded for the inconvenient interruption. Thank you.
We have Chris Singleton on deck, but now please keep that applause building as we welcome Chris Cambell!
Hi there, thank you. Trigger warning for kidnapping and torture. Sorry. Unless any of you decide to take me tonight, I've only been kidnapped twice. My second time I was 13, had to choose between A, stay with my mom, who had spent hours earlier detailing how she intended to physically torture me until death was a wish so beyond hope that even if I stole every single birthday candle in the world, lit and blew them out at once, it wouldn't be enough. Or B, leave with her boyfriend, travel to Stuart, Florida, share an 18-foot sailboat with 2 alcoholic men, crawl into an aft hole every night, persuade myself it feels nothing like a coffin, discover that children cannot choose their parents, believe that I am running away. The school holds I have been taken, won't let me register for classes. I waste months watching daytime television, cut open fallen coconuts with a machete, throw moldy food overboard. Catfish will devour just about anything. Show up late for class because dolphins swim up to the dock. Watch them cut through still glass water, freeze the first time a girl grabs my butt here. Ooh, boy, you got a good ass. Send all the blood rushing to my head before it floods straight back down again. Painfully tuck and waddle. Masturbate that night and come for the first time. Amazed, watch glory spray across the bathroom floor. Quickly remember shame and wipe it up. See the sun drive my dog, Max, insane. Agree to have him put down. Feel the sting of jellyfish on my legs, followed by a stream of warm pee. Myth meant to ease the pain. Reach the last day of classes. Agree to help the girl who liked my butt move some boxes to an empty classroom. Show up. See, no boxes. No students, no one to stop her placing her hands on my chest, leaning close, except my mother's words. Fucking is amazing, but your first time, be better than me. Find someone special. Remember that I can choose my lovers, and this amazing girl is so close to making the biggest mistake. I shout, "You deserve better," as I run away.
On deck, we have Eleanor May Blackburn, but welcome to the stage right now, Chris Singleton!
This is a poem for those of us who are not multimillionaire corrupt bastards. We, the generation wait, sit behind our keys, forever strained and staring at our impossibilities like a mortgage application for a one-bed pokey flat. It's bedsit or it's broken and we're lucky if it's that. We, the generation wait, put in low-pay applications, tell ourselves we can survive on diets of placations. We'll do anything employment, see us on our knees, but look, there's someone younger who's doing it for free. We, the generation wait, stand in line at cash machines, queue to coo at desperate tenors as the fortune of our dreams. They say heating is a luxury, we've got ourselves to blame. We use staling crusts of bread to soak the seeping source of shame. We, the generation wait, for the nesting birds to die. Our survival is the epitaph of our loved ones' sad demise, while those who've never struggled offer feedback on our failings, march us blindfolded to cliff tops where they've taken off the railings. We, the generation wait, sow seeds of solidarity, nurture small resistance beneath shared identity, then spread war paint on our faces and bide our time until the day that it's us stood behind them. For this we wait.
On deck, we have Ian Winter, but please help me welcome to the stage now, Eleanor May Blackburn!
Content warning of illness and death. Fear taught me that I was in love, amongst all the other stuff. All the laughing and holding and I want you hearing and kissing and yearning and don't go away in. Each time I make your tea in the morning in the I love you mug and you think it's got sweetener in. When it's your turn to make breakfast, you beam as you hand me our shared mug, and our tug of war love that stays equidistant most of the time makes my skin prickle. In a good way. Hearing about your day, even when it's been shit, and it's all I can do not to hit something for you, because you never would. You see, yours is a patient, placid, not easily stirred up sort of love, and I love you for that. Along with all the other mushy crap, like leaving your coffee spoon on the side of the sink and shagging until our cheeks are hued pink and taking interest in my friends and running my bath and pulling me hurriedly into your lap and taking my hand as we sit across the table eating something delicious and having the chat. And looking at me with eyes that I don't understand but absolutely want to. It's then that I know, utterly and wholeheartedly, because 1 second I am a baby bird in your lap, wailing some kind of unjustified flap, and the next I'm a bird in flight in your gaze as you tell me you want my knickers off. And whispers of illness, and fear of illness, and whispers of, I've got you, I'll look after you, we're in this together, we'll make do. At 18, when I nearly died, I was scared, and 10 years on, I'm scared anew. Because this is a new sort of challenge and it feels like a sick joke of the cruelest kind, but your face is so kind and you are so kind and your kind don't come along all that often. I always wanted to wrap you up and tuck you under my broken wing as a precaution. When I knew is when I realized I didn't care about dying as much as I cared about you dying. I was more scared for that happening than I had ever been for me. And I used to kick and scream and bawl on the stairs constantly at 4. I don't want to die. I don't want to die. I don't want to die. But the thought of you not being here makes my throat dry up and my eyes glisten. That's funny because you are the person that is probably the most blasé about death than any other person that I have ever met. You're a superhero. You're super strong, super empathetic, super tolerant at dealing with my pathetic outbursts. Your greatest superpower, though? The knicker trick.
On deck, we have Lateral G, but please help me welcome to the stage, Ian Winter.
Why do politicians pretend to be Christ, a Messiah, a prophet, disciple? The all-seeing eye that only half knows it. A sheep in wolf's mittens, an art that's proposing. The opaque oracle spouting dogma, and the oppressive diabolical with their crocodile smiles, celebrity shoes, the shake of the hand that's after your soul, then tears at your innocence and you fall, watching the kicking, loving the licking. It's laughter, throwing it to win it. Pramping their egos, feathering their nest, feeling us poison, so we fall at their feet, but we rise, oh we rise, because the hearts in our chest are made of substance and flesh, not profit and greed. Listen and look, it's the truth. They won't be there at your wake because they don't give a fuck. They stitch and they sew the seams of our shroud. They do it in silence. No need to be seen, no need to be loud. Decency's gone, betrayal's a song. For the phonies to sing, seated in Mayfair, Manhattan, privately pickled on champagne or pink gin, or scrounging your labours while stinking in bed. Can't you see it's a mess, it's a future of dread? Our vests tailor-made from the coarsest of air. We aspire to wish, to hope today, and we die. The Pope is a fascist, the rest of the lie. The piece of the cake is only a pie, fabricated and dished like a glance at the sky. And all gods are scars, and humanity struggle to rise to the stars, and kids are high on their lows. Bent to the pavement, buckled, battered and bruised, separation anxiety, lost it in their shoes. Rooms full of tears and beaming out screens, no celluloid memories protected and framed. Full of naivety, gorging on pulp, lost in anger and sloth. Whilst mum and dad's paths, like all of the lonely, rattle and pound a love-forlorn, overgrown road. A placebo for pain, looking no hope of sobriety. Just a quick in and out slip of a one-night stand to distance the grief. It lasts for a moment, it's what they want to believe. The excitement, the laughter, the blood in their veins, the ride that lends the stride to the next night event. A notorious gossip only serpents would vent. Until a sad morning after morning they went and stick for society, a bullet in the head that no politician can hide, no politician can mend. And we borrow and buy and up to the banks and we walk off to war in step with the Yanks, and World War III's on the table for brunch. In the South China Seas or the Sea of Japan, or Kim Jong-un might be Trump's little man, Jerusalem, Iran. And the day may be dry, but my, it's raining inside because we all just want to fly free, hither and thither and yon. But the combine has screwed us all ether and air, internet's matrix for profits and spares. The lizards, the buzzards, the bastards that sit there and smile. Corporate mannequins, empty insides, attached to the counting of beads. It's wrong. And so now there's no Bethlehem in me. Thank you.
We have Sir Hale on deck, but please help me welcome to the stage right now, nobody important.
Hi. So, when you were born, when all of you were born, presumably there were medical staff in attendance, midwives, doctors, that sort of thing. I mean, I assume they did a good job because you're all here, but they did fuck up one crucial thing. They forgot to give you a vitally important document. Do you want to know what it said? It said, "Congratulations! You have won a lifetime supply of years. The exact number is unavailable for legal reasons. Food, water, and shelter are all premium features and are not included in this offer. Participating locations only. To redeem your prize, you must first enclose a lifetime of reluctant labour in the stamped addressed envelope provided. Results will vary. You will be assigned a name and a gender after the like. Please mind them as replacements after this date are chargeable. An affordable introductory rate of 16 to 21 years is available, after which all standard obligations and miseries will apply. Dignity optional. Please consume your years responsibly, as we take no responsibility for injuries, love, loss, or accidental death." What is this poem? We work hard to ensure all of our products remain free from cruelty and prejudice. Exclusions apply. Side effects may include, but are not limited to, headache, nausea, love loss, and accidental death. By winning, you consent to receive any and all promotional material burned directly into your retinas in perpetuity. We reserve the right to amend these terms at any time. Love, fulfillment, and basic safety not guaranteed. 1 second. We're going to pretend this bit didn't happen. Please check the box or leave the box unchecked to consent to these terms. After this offer has expired, please hang your soul on the hook provided and recycle yourself responsibly. Charges apply. This voucher has no cash value. Please go fuck yourself for further details. Thank you.
On deck, we have the Hell Poet, but please keep the energy going, keep that applause building as we welcome Sam.
Hello, guys. They tell me I'm different, so I ask, how? Is it because I don't look the same? I don't dress the same? I don't jump, hop, and skip the same? I don't greet the same. I don't eat the same. I don't drink, smoke, or speak the same. I don't play the same. I don't pray the same. I don't curse, shout, and I certainly don't hate the same. But see beyond the rhetoric and divisive flame, the rage, the craze, and spiteful pain. Look deeper past the foolish shame, this senseless and unfounded claim, to find the truth, reveal its name. You see, you and me, we came into this world the same, naked and unknown the same. We cry the same, we try the same. Of course, we die alone the same. We're worth the same, we hurt the same. We walk along the earth the same. We slept the same, awoke the same. The rain that poured, it soaked the same. We feel the same. We heal the same. If you open up your hearts, you'll realize we bleed the same. If you still think we're not the same, then maybe it's you that needs to change. Thank you.
We have Tristan Lewis on deck, but please help me welcome now to the stage, the Hell Poet!
Hello. So last month was Pride Month. This is a poem about one of the lesser-known gay deadly sins. Gay wrath is here. It's coming for you. Armageddon is nigh. You can't run. You can't hide. Are you tired of pride? Try gay wrath. It's here. It's coming for you. And that includes you allies, because let's face it, you haven't earned our mercy. Allies don't run when the first shell hits. Allies aren't scared to show up when we're down. Allies give us our flowers before we are dead. And they may squirm in their discomfort, but at least they stay put and pick up a fucking placard. I don't want your infographic. I don't want your empty promise. I don't want your excuses, and I don't want a t-shirt for 20 quid that says I'm here and I'm queer. I want your red-faced wrath running rampant, spit flying, snot streaming, shout till your throat's bleeding, give me white-hot tears and asthma attack, inducing anger. I want parliamentary arson, punching Nazi in the fizz type anarchy, ugly enough to scare off your centrist friends and family. I want you to get off your ass. I want you to do something. I want more than your performance of empathy, and I want it because I deserve it, and I want it because I'm still breathing, and I want it because I'm tired, and I want it because it's never too late, and I want it because gay wrath is here. it's coming for you. Thank you.
On deck we have Zara, but please help me welcome to the stage our penultimate poet, Tristan Lewis.
I've not been counting, but I know there's been more tears than laughter in the last few years. And after pausing for reflection, I think we can agree that by far the largest part of all that heartache's down to me in that tendency to see and yet not see at the same time. How extraordinarily fortunate I've been throughout my life. But instead, I do perseverate on negative events, interpret every moment as just further evidence of the ways in which I've failed to achieve. And even worse, the ways in which this world has failed me. I've not been listening, but I know that even in the kindest words I have heard implicit criticism. I've found reasons to be hurt, and I've bristled at imaginary slights in well-meant lines. It is that tendency to hear and yet not hear at the same time. How extraordinarily fortunate I've been throughout my life. And I've responded. Not how I would have hoped I would respond. I have withdrawn and fallen silent, and I have pondered long about the ways in which I've failed to achieve. And even worse, the ways in which this world has failed me. I've not been drinking much these days because the drunk that I become is not the kind of drunken man I'd wish on anyone. Gone is that funny, floppy fella who's just glad to be alive, and gone is that happy-go-lucky younger brother kind of vibe, replaced by something darker, replaced by something that's much harder to look back and laugh at in the morning. I've not been checking on my privilege enough. I have lived a life that billions of souls could only dream of, free from war in my small corner, free from any kind of torture. I found shelter almost every single night since I was born. And the family that made me, and the family I made, and almost every member of my clan can say the same. We've been extraordinarily fortunate in every single way. I have received an education. I'm free to voice opinions. I've had friends, and I've had lovers and not witnessed their starvation. In fact, I've eaten every day. I have worked, and I've been paid. And yet there's still a part of me that wishes to complain about the ways in which I've failed to achieve. And even worse, the ways in which this world has failed me. Now, I'm not boasting when I talk of my extraordinary fortune, because there's really nothing here that could not be a global normal, because I want nothing for myself. That's not for everybody else if they desire, and I apologize for every time I let my own entitlement catch fire and you got burned. It is that tendency to learn and yet not learn, that achievement's just a myth. And there can be no ways in which this world has let me down while you're still in it.
Listen, everybody. We have one final poet in the first round. Please give all that love as we welcome Zara Sahel.
Slight content warning for grief bereavement. Tell me a time when your world stopped. You frozen, only in metaphors, whilst you watch the sun pirouette taking center stage in your world. Tell me a time when your grandmother took her breath for the last time, the first time it happened. Tell me what thoughts passed your mind, how you know grief less than you know her, but carry both of their names on one tongue. Tell me a time when she's not on your mind, how you picture her, not at graduations, weddings, or birthdays, but on the sofa. Her scarf hanging over the armrest for you to flail like a flag as you pass. Tell me not about your last conversation, but the one where you didn't want to go to school. How she'd shield you in the shadow of her childhood whilst confronting your mother. Tell me about the kettle in her room, the comfort that Ritz crackers still brings you. How you have learnt to grieve over food. How you can never have your tea too sugar sweet anymore. Tell me how life has gave you more conversations and questions after grief. How you detest being the youngest. for having a future robbed off of you. Tell me of all the memories you have in a stitched fabric, how you miss her chemise, a Mary Poppins-style pocket, how you can still see through her gap smile, just like you have one. How you have not learned to stop grieving, how you are still in a hospital room that you've never walked in again, how there's some footprints in life you will never retrace. Tell me how part of your brain is still 14 years old, how no one handed you a manuscript on how to grieve, how you looked at your dad break down like a man, how you wanted to comfort him but be comforted at the same time. Tell me, how does blood grieve together? How our sobs are passed down generations, eyes full of warm pools, yet to experience dryness that are followed by gulps, followed by sighs, followed by a hug that feels like hanging on for life. Thank you.
Fucking hell. That is the first round of the Bradford Slam. Can we get a big round of applause for all of your first round slammers? For all those people that hadn't been in the slams before and they were wondering why I was like making fun of the judges for being judges. Now you see why I was like, oh, I'll shout the names into the microphone. You judge the poems. Nudge, nudge. Yes, that is absolutely fucking dumb. Well done, guys. Amazing first round. It has been a huge privilege doing these slams. The first 2 years in Scotland, then going out further afield and seeing all these scenes and being able to come into a place like Bradford where like I think I only knew two of the poets really before coming to the slam and being just blown away by the level of talent that's going on. I do just want to say another huge big thank you to Bradford Literature Festival for having us weird spoken word poets at their lovely festival. Big whoop. A lot of literature festivals are like, we don't know what that is, please leave us alone. But we felt massively welcome at Bradford. It is a huge deal, and like it's such a beautiful thing to be able to bring together maybe those more literary aspects and the live performance aspect. And you can see the caliber of writing is no less because the words are spoken. I think that is proven this evening. This is a very tough first round. I imagine there is some complicated maths about to happen. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a little break so that the judges can do math, poets, math, difficult. But yes, what we will do is we'll take a 15-minute break. Guys, we are going to be here kicking off back here at 8 o'clock. So bums and seats, 8 o'clock. We will see you then. Thank you very much.
Welcome back to the second half of Loud Poets. Please clap your hands, stamp your feet, and make some noise for your host and compere, Kevin Mclean.
Hello. Welcome back to the second half of the Loud Poets Bradford Slam. Oh, amazing. Everyone came back. That's a really good sign. Did everyone get a drink? Did everyone buy a book? Well, good that they'll be on sale at the end, isn't it? Literature Festival, guys, enrich yourselves. Yes, please do pick up a copy of Maria's book. It is wonderful. Cannot plug it enough. Yes, I can feel the burning hot glare of poets going, just read out the fucking names. So I will. It's toasty. Is that the lights or the poets? I'm not sure. Yes, I do just want to reiterate, and speaking to Katie, the judges, it is impossible. I was talking before to the poets before the thing, like it is a silly thing to try and assign point value. Like slams are crazy. It comes down to tiny little things, the judge's preference, the running order, all those sorts of things. So like if you ran this slam again, you would probably get a different result. It's the way slams go. And from what the judges were saying there, it was very, very close. You're talking fractions of points between making it through to the second round and not making it through to the second round. It is a nightmare to try and do. So I'm sure I can speak on behalf of all the audience when I say all of the poets in the first round were spectacular and could have made it through. Unfortunately, it is the blood sport that gets them here. and so we do have to whittle it down to 6. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to read out the poets in the order that they are going to read in the second round, all right? Big cheer at the end. You're doing so well, Bradford. But now you've drunk more, so we'll see. Going through to the second round. Zara Saher! One dude has to ruin it for everyone. Tristan Lewis, the Hell Poet, Suhail, Eleanor May Blackburn, and Abby Senior. For the poets, that is Zara, Tristan, Hell Poet, Suhail, Eleanor, and Abby. They're through. Guys, can we get a big round of applause for all of our first round slammers? I now know there are 6 poets going, I didn't think I was going to get through the second round. What fucking poem am I going to do? So what we are going to do to let their little panicked minds calm is we are going to welcome back to the stage our absolutely spectacular Sacrificial Poet. Please put your hands together and help me welcome back Maria Ferguson!
Any Harry Styles fans in? Oh, a big one down here. And up there. This poem's about Harry Styles. Except, as usually is the case with poetry, it's not really. It's about me. Harry Styles just won 4 Brits, and I'm covered in yogurt, blocking out the screams. Harry Styles just won a Grammy. I'm eating crunchy nut from the box as he says, "This doesn't happen to people like me." I Google Harry Styles' age. Harry Styles is 5 years younger than me. I'm starting to blame Harry Styles for my postpartum anxiety. I can't move for Harry Styles on Lorraine on my Spotify playlist. I imagine partying with Harry Styles as I peg out a load of washing, snorting coke on the front row of a fancy awards ceremony. And isn't it funny? He's from this tiny village in the north where he worked in a bakery to help his mum, who he adores, by the way. Harry Styles is such a nice boy. He hugs little old ladies. He wears collars and pearls. Harry Styles doesn't lie awake, worried he might be a terrible person who hasn't locked the back door. Harry Styles is so hardworking. He's been on tour for 14 years, and forging a successful solo career post-boy band is no mean feat. Harry Styles could afford full-time childcare. Harry Styles could pay off the mortgage. I bet Harry Styles wouldn't let his kid bump their head twice in one day. Harry Styles would definitely fit into pre-pregnancy jeans. I think if my son dropped a toy in Aldi, Harry Styles would pick it up. He wouldn't ask, "How's he sleeping?" He'd buy me a cup of tea, reach over the sweetener to touch my cheek. "Don't worry," he'd say. "He's thriving."
Give everyone Maria Ferguson! Amazing stuff from Maria. What a wonderful sacrificial poet. Guys, we are going to jump into the second round. Are you ready? Then, please, we have Tristan Lewis on deck, but help me welcome back our first poet in the second round, Zara Suhail!
I was sat in the back seat of my dad's car, or Yusuf's taxi, as his customers call it. Stared out the window, thinking of how strangers fill my father's car with more stories and laughter in one day than I have shared words with him all week. His tasbih hangs off the rear-view mirror, which he does not have to hold to do zikr. The sat-nav on his dashboard an ornament. He drives past the pub that used to be a park he played in, and he smiles. He sees two versions of this town, one stored in his memory and the other muted on Google Maps. His customer stories leave a print on his memory foam seats, and his mind absorbs them too. He recalls them from the potholes and the traffic lights always green for him, turn red to hear him speak again. I ask my dad how he knows all the shortcuts of roads in towns I've never seen. He laughs and says, "Putter, you have a degree in English and I have a degree in driving." We pass the corner shop, the playground, the kid screams, and I hear, "I bet your dad's a taxi driver. Taxi driver, taxi driver." They run laps around the playground, closing in on me. I think of how they'd rather see a taxi driver than a profanity. As my words begin to formulate, they vanish like his diesel emissions. I say, "Yeah, my dad drives. He does do taxi. That doesn't mean I get free lifts, but all he does is lift me. It means I hid his job and livelihood in a cab-sized shadow of shame. I made him wait outside of parents' evenings and took my sister instead. Would have rather swallowed shame and guilt than to walk with him because his slight limp and worn-out shoes said more words in English than he could spew. But I would still chew and swallow the dal his money put on a plate for us. Could handle the curry but not extend a courtesy towards my father, whose back hurts often, feet are swollen, whose knees bend in salah but hurt in a seat, whose hands grasp the wheel, white knuckles but palms still brown when they are cupped for pounds that'll create pakore, that create a well of tears when he makes the war. His hopeful heart waits for his kids to get a degree, so he can have a box full of baggage in his boot the next time our customers ask, "What is it your children do?" And his smiles are a sacrifice, his hands proud on the wheel that his fingers have molded to, that his taxi driving career has allowed his daughters to be. He's not ashamed. He never has been. I carry the guilt he's never felt, and I am ashamed of ever carrying shame. So when I get this degree, I owe it all to you and the taxi drivers I had conversations with on the way to school. But I am proud now, Abuji. I know of the times you were called instead of an ambulance, how you faced black eyes by bastards because you had kids to come home to. I am sorry that I wrote poetry about rickshaw, using adjectives to boast about their colours, yet I have failed to write about a taxi. But that I am proud to be a taxi driver's daughter, and I tell every Uber driver that my dad does taxis too, and they feel at ease because I don't care whether their kids have a degree. I just like knowing my dad does taxis, and that is enough conversation for me.
On deck, we have the Hell Poet, but please help me welcome back now, Tristan Lewis.
Don't tell Dad about my spelling test. Don't tell him I can't tell one letter from the next. And don't tell Dad how stupid I am. I'd hate for him to think I'm any thicker than I am. But she did tell Dad. And Dad did say, "Don't worry about that. It's just silly anyway. It's not your fault how these letters evolved with the loops and dots and sticks and curls. But here's a little trick for the B and the D. Just draw a little picture of a B, E, D, a bed, you see, beginning and the end. That's where the sticks go. There's lots of other tricks, and I'll teach you those. Don't tell Dad I'm failing at maths. Don't tell him I can't calculate the Y from the X, and don't tell Dad I didn't even do my best. I just closed my eyes and put my head on the desk." But she did tell Dad, and Dad did say, "Don't worry about that. It's just silly anyway. There's lots of great things in this world you can do without a quadratic and a cosine rule, but let's draw a diagram and then we'll see. It's never as clever as they make it out to be." Don't tell Dad I got so drunk I lost certain functions with unfortunate results. And don't tell Dad that I cried and I puked, and I broke something valuable that can't be reproduced. But she did tell Dad. And Dad did say, don't worry about that. It's just silly anyway. You should have seen me in 1973 when Sunderland won the cup, thanks to Jimmy Montgomery, and I jumped on a table, and I fell and broke my nose, and your mother always wondered how I ever did get home. Don't tell Dad. It turns out I'm gay. Don't tell him because I know it's only going to cause him pain, because Dad believes in families, and families look like this with a mother and a father and a scattering of kids. But she did tell Dad. And Dad did say, don't worry about that. It's just silly anyway. There are no rules sent down here from above, and there's nothing wrong with anyone that's capable of love. And yes, I love my family, but one day I'll love yours. And whatever shape that family takes, we'll have an open door. Don't tell the kids that we've had a diagnosis. Don't tell them that we talked to the doctors and the nurses, and don't tell the kids that we all looked at the screen and they pointed at the shadows and they told us what they mean. But she did tell the kids. And the kids came round and Dad said, it's probably just a shot across the bows and it's plenty of time and there's no need to worry, but now might be the moment for me to say I'm sorry. I'm sorry if you ever thought my love came with conditions, like being good at spelling or making great decisions or being straight or being happy or accumulating wealth or being always sober with perfect mental health. And I'm sorry if you ever thought my love could be diminished, because it couldn't, and it wasn't, and it wouldn't, and it isn't. Thank you.
Tristan West, everybody! On deck, we have Sir Hale. Please help me welcome back to the stage, the Hale Poet!
This is a poem about the only man I've ever loved, character actor Willem Dafoe. I'm a disciple of Willem Dafoe. I guess you could say I'm da fan. I'm da fan of the man who plays Dafoes in the films, fighting heroes like Spider-Man. Dafoe is the friend that I wish that I had, but he turned 69 last July, and the 40-year age gap between us, +5, makes me wonder what'll happen when Willem Dafoe dies. At the wake that follows the funeral, will his last Willem testament be read? Thank you. I mean, what will be left to the friends and the family when the famous Dafoe is dead? Did Dafoe die of natural causes, or do we suspect the foul play? Is the signature scrawled on his last Willem fake with the forger running off to their daring escape? Will they find Dafoe, defake the forgery, or will someone be Willem deframed? Will the foe go down in place of the forger? Can the fathomless crime be solved in a day with the forger defixed and flattened out in jail? The funeral at last is saved. I'm a disciple of Willem Dafoe. I guess you could say I'm the fan. I'm the fan of the man who plays Dafoes in the films, fighting heroes like Spider-Man. I've realized this could be offensive, so Dafoe, I apologize to you. I'm the fool if I thought that a ditty like this wouldn't be the fucked up thing to do. Thank you.
On deck, we have Eldermaid Blackburn, but please keep that applause building as we welcome back Shay!
The hurt and pain is what drives this rage. Seeing brother kill brother, then locked in a cage. Your closest kin kill you while you're still living, wondering if you should end it all and just give in. Why are we shown these dreams of hope and peace when reality is nothing but slaughter of the weak? Compassion and love thy neighbor lost to ancient history. What little remnants, so obscure, like a puzzling mystery. To curse or shout won't bring the world any laughter. It seems ingrained in ourselves to obey the wicked master, to seek redemption in following the evil ways of another, while the ultimate destination lies at the feet of your mother. The hope and faith is what drives this perspective. A vision of the future with a positive objective. Our carefully chosen actions can set us free in a world where we live and let others be. Banish all our demons for the bliss that we seek to uncover within each the realization of peace. Let us wash the world with love like a rushing flood, for tomorrow may never come if today is filled with blood. Thank you.
We have Abby Senior on deck, but our penultimate poet in the second round, make some noise for Eleanor May Blackburn!
We're all searching for that dreamlike state. You know the one. Losing yourself at a rapidly increasing rate, wiping the slate, try as you might, you can't backdate. You don't know when this started. When this out of body came into your body and your body became another body, one over there. But you don't really care because it feels better to be not feeling than all the fucked up, fuck off healing. We don't want to deal with our trauma all the time. So you put your reality, any reality that you've ever existed in, on the line. A throbbing flatline, a steady baseline. Hello, you have called the dissociative hotline. How can we help you? What's the time? I'm losing my hold on reality, my sense of self, my sanity, everything else, and then some. And I know this is all just part of that TV game show, the one where you lose more and more as you go along. Do you want to beg, steal, or borrow? The $1 million question. No matter how many times you get a free throw, your points only plateau and the game never ends. There is no ending. Despite the impending doom lying just behind the camera, everyone is pretending. But it's just TV, not actual reality, not even reality TV. Then when you finally scrape your way home, your boyfriend is just pretending to love you and the sound effects seem to be following you and you still haven't found the $1 million answer. Will it ever come? Will you ever come? Come on. And this fake world is full of fake news, apparently. Traitor, faithful, I don't know full. But we abuse the real news by not listening generally. Gaza Strip, Gaza Strap, Gaza Strap. What? While you're too busy, my ability to lose concentration is quintessential. It's not at all that I don't mean well. As each day passes, my tapping out is exponential. I'm losing it. What is it? Whatever was it? I can't remember. Attached to being detached. Attachment issues up to my eyeballs, but not the type where you don't trust at all. I'll trust you, though I've just met you. I'll tell you I love you, though I've just met you. I will give you all of me, though you've only just met me. I'm doing it right now, right? I'll ask you who you fuck, what your favorite color is, what your darkest secret is, though I've only just met you. I'll smother you. I'm so afraid to let go. Don't leave me. It's hopeless. But you're hopeful you can't call yourself a stoner just yet. You aren't quite there yet. You aren't quite there. You aren't quite here.
Please keep that noise building. We got one more poet in the final round. Go wild for Abby Senior!
Patchwork people. The person I am today did not come from isolation. I am a collage of everyone who's loved me, a scrapbook of their affection. I am make-believe in the playground. I am crying on the last day of school. I am learning to drive. I am cinema trips. I am creating games we don't know the rules. I am always Classic FM on the radio. I am picking pumpkins straight from the farm. I'm celebrating their second pregnancy. I'm holding their first child safe in my arms. I am flirting and doing it badly. I am first dates with nothing to wear. I am skin knees, heat stroke and sunburn. I'm the snowflakes caught in their hair. I am stories of Malay wrapped in silk. I'm crates of oranges sent all the way back home. I am playing the same vinyl with the same needle. I am the familiar voice on the answer phone. I am learning the clarinet together. I am forgetting the words to the song. I am picnic, girl dinner and brunch. I'm a pub quiz where every answer is wrong. I'm the first call after waking from surgery. I'm the last name signed on the shirt. I am buying 2 copies of the same book. I am splitting cheesecake with you for dessert. I am learning to throw pots at the hen do. I am practicing the best man's speech. I am sea breeze. I am penny slots. I am sand. I am donuts down on Rill Beach. I am remembering that today is the funeral. I am remembering that tomorrow is the wedding. I am watching the sunset together. I'm watching you change out the bedding. I am always late with homework. I am negotiating films in the back of the car. I am asking how to grow carrots. I am dancing to a busker with a 12-string guitar. I am pencil, charcoal, oil paint and pastel. I am photographs up on the wall. I am forever losing at Mario Kart. I'm coming to peace with never winning at all. I am 2 sets of keys in the bowl by the door. I am crying while donating blood. I am misprints, typos and spelling errors. I am leaves before trees, only buds. I am winter, building snowmen on pavements. I am spring, watching daffodils warm up the view. I am summer, wrapped up in sunshine. I am autumn, enjoying the hues. I am Christmas Eve. I am Christmas Day. I am midnight mass, just one of a few. I am Maundy Thursday. I am Good Friday. I'm enjoying the peace after Easter with you. I am kisses that fill up my tanks. I am hugs that we wish would never end. I am an entirely patchwork person with countless pieces of them. Because the person I am today did not come from isolation. I am a collage of everyone who's loved me. I'm a scrapbook dedicated to their affection. Thank you.
Can we get a big round of applause for all your second round points? Oh, judges, I can only apologize. The judges are going to be doing some furious math, which gives me a chance to kind of set up our third round. So, as I mentioned before, the third round's a little different. The 3 poets that make it through to the final round will be accompanied by our resident loud musician. Can I welcome to the stage Mr. Jack Hanks? There he is. Appears from out of the darkness. So the way it is going to work is that our 3 poets are going to have to kind of work with Jack. So Jack has worked with hundreds of poets over the years, if not thousands. Oh, we're so old, Jack. But yes, he's used to kind of working with poets and kind of improvising with them. So it's going to be kind of about what poem they choose, if they manage to communicate with Jack what they kind of want. So what we've suggested for them to do is to give Jack 3 words to kind of set up their poem. And weirdly with Jack, kind of the more abstract you go, the kind of more it helps him. The story I always tell about this is a poet once gave him sexy mythological destruction. And they are now engaged. So choose your 3 words carefully. Let's do a little taster, Jack. Give me Nightmare Clown Forest. I'm fine, by the way. You fucking hate all of that. Great. Give me Margarita Beach Smooth. Who would have thought that'd be better than Nightmare Clown Forest? John, give me a word. Huh? Spaceship. Chris. Butterfly. Chris. Piranha. Spaceship, butterfly, piranha. pretty fucking spot on. Maybe more coherent than Spaceship Butterfly Piranha. Depends what your poem's about. Who knows? But yes, I'm just now in my head going like, Defoe. Yes, so what we're going to do, so the poets get a chance to see how it works, we're going to invite up an old pro, someone that's going to smash it. We are going to welcome back our sacrificial poet. Please make some noise, give some love to Maria Ferguson!
That's actually One Direction. It's not specifically.
She's a purist.
I appreciate the effort all the same. Do you know any of his solo work, though? Not well enough to play. Okay. I just can't keep to his level. No one can. This is the problem. I forgot that I was going to do this. And I was sat there like, oh, I love this. And I was like, oh, yeah, oh, God, it's me. Okay, so 3 words. Okay, the first word of the poem is ethereal. So we'll have ethereal, hopeful, and broccoli.
What button does he hears broccoli and pushes a specific...
Broccoli's the one that did it. Cool? I'll let you go, and then I'll... Some days we are perfect, ethereal, laughing in slow motion as we push him on the swings. He naps, sweet Jesus. And I finally clean the bathroom, indulge in a chocolate digestive, a hot cup of tea. Some days we are serene with it. Our love for this tiny body toddling around in Velcro shoes. We call Nanny and Jajo, and he claps his hands with glee as they tell me what a good job I'm doing. He's lovely, they say. He's lovely. Some days he eats his broccoli, blows me a kiss from the bath. My God, he lets me wash his hair. At bedtime, he goes down easy, and we cuddle on the sofa like we're not confetti strewn on a lawn the day after a wedding, like we're not pulling muscles in our backs or forgetting we're best friends. Some days we are the people we pretend to be at parties. Some days we kiss before bed.
Give some love to Maria Ferguson. And then, more importantly, give her money for her book. Don't look at the paper. The paper's for me. Guys, can we get a round of applause for Jack Hanks as well? Who is it? Jack can't handle the anticipation. What if I said you, Jack? The panic. Cool. Guys, that is how it's going to work. We're going to have 3 poets. They're going to come up to the stage. They're going to give Jack 3 words, and then brilliance will happen, I am sure. Again, I just want to say it will be incredibly tight. It was incredibly tight the first round. Those 6 poets, again, I'm sure the audience were sitting the same as me thinking, who the fuck do you pick? You could flip a coin or roll a dice. Like, I promise you it'll be fractions of points. But we can only have 3. So I will read them out in the order they are going to perform. For that one guy, you can clap after each one. Your first poet through. The Hell Poet! Will be joined by Tristan Lewis and Zara Sahel. Those are your 3 poets through to the final round. I think it is gonna be pretty fucking good. Jack, are you ready? Audience, are you ready? Then let's fucking do this. Help me welcome back to the stage, the Hell Poet!
Quick trigger warning. This next poem sort of reclaims some pretty heinous stereotypes about trans people. That being said, hi, Jack. Hi. Could you give me slow, sinister cannibal? I'm ready. All right, you can start now. My sin is gender envy. I want to wear your skin. By that I mean it as a metaphor and in the Buffalo Bill way. In a scalpel there's catharsis, haute couture sternotomy. I'll make that 6'5" frame a chrysalis and emerge an acceptable me, because my clothes have never fit me, but your perfect pelt preserved upon the slab inside my basement will be tailor-made to measure. So don't be stingy with the lotion or the privilege you pack. I'll crawl inside your hide and make you zip it at the back.
Please keep that applause building, keep that love in the room. We're welcoming your second poet to the stage. Go wild for Tristan Lewis!
So, the 3 words are subatomic particles and love. There are 3 laws of thermodynamics. The first law states that love can't be created ex nihilo. From nothing must come nothing, but those tears left on the pillow seem to show that for a moment something surely did exist. But whatever it was that flickered there, it failed to persist, like those subatomic particles from the great accelerators. You'll never know the truth until you've analyzed the data of the traces left behind, because the thing with laws of physics is they hate to be defied. The first law further states that love can't be destroyed. It may be gathered in one place or be dispersed to fill the void, but the sum of love is constant throughout the universe. So for every act of care, there has to be an act that hurts someone, somewhere, completely unrelated, which might seem like a paradox, but I've been through the data of the traces left behind. And the thing with laws of physics is they hate to be defied. The second law states what's brought together falls apart. More disorder in the future than there was Back at the start when two imperfect surfaces began to come together and the forces in between them changed one love into another. But for every transformation, that second law applies. Where it gathers, love will dissipate right before your eyes until there's only traces left behind. Because the thing with laws of physics is they hate to be defied. Now, the third law uses concepts that I've never understood, but as my world grew colder, I knew I never would know any more tomorrow than what I learned today. In a universe like this, love constantly decays as heat from all the friction and noise from all the lies creates a place equations all break down and can't describe the traces left behind. But the thing with laws of physics is that they're not finished yet. And there's still a lot of work to do. And we should not forget that the paradigms inherited are liable to shift. And you and I can write new laws of physics if we wish. Because laws were made for people, not people for the laws. And you can be in my design if I can be in yours.
We have one final poet in the final round, so I want you to raise the fucking roof as we welcome back Zarazan!
Nostalgia. Nice melodrama, nostalgia, I think. Terrace streets. We share numbers and letters we often repeat at different stages of our lives. Know the colour of our doors, but not the numbers on our bins. We knocked on doors before we could run. Practiced the art of wall jumping. Ran in the park until the sun was exhausted before we were. Had gaps in our age, never know the number, but we do each life stage. Neglect talk about life because we were too busy living it. Making moments, playing footy, becoming memories we could recall from the scabs on our legs. Compare scars whilst the stars were above our hiding spot heads. We watched the council take away swings for a burnt down climbing frame. No electronics on the terrace streets, we survived with the trees, curbs and daisies. Got to know more kids, new neighbours, old neighbours. Played games through gestures, left our tongues at home and learnt about each other's cultures. Used imagination to fill in the lines between chalk, made the lamppost part of our game's lever. Hiding behind and beneath cars, careful not to touch them. Observed no ball games graffitied on the walls. We fueled games on laughter, sat down to play Mafia. Watched each other grow and get through school's sixth form and life stages. Became aunties and sister-in-laws. Discussed careers and open doors. Swapped tarmac for car mats. More family than we are friends. Watch the kids run around like we did. Walk around the park whilst discussing memories within it. Talk about weddings with pre-existing invites. Pinched a seat at a graduation we dreamed of. Beat the myth of meritocracy from the back seat of a maths classroom. Found jobs and fabric in a new tax bracket. Watched our parents pave the way from the days we watched Blue Peter. And I watched them wear their blue collar proudly. These 6 letters and numbers marked my friends by coincidence and proximity. We watched babies be born, saw life similarly, petted the same cats until we got our own, spoke about the meaning of life on the way to the Markham, had ears on terrace walls, houses shoulder to shoulder before we had shoulders to share, saw our childhood dreams splash on each other from the pothole puddles we jumped in, found light in murky waters, marking milestones by mithai boxes. These neighbours behind doors I do not know the number of, but know the life stories of. You might not win the postcode lottery, you win postcode friends.
Incredible stuff. What a final round. Can we give a big round of applause to our final 3 points? Damn. Yeah, we've done so many of these slams, and every one we do, I'm more and more pleased that I'm not a judge. Amazing stuff. Guys, I just want to say, before we kind of get into the winners and stuff, I just want to say a huge, huge thank you for having us to Bradford Literature Festival. Can we give it up? I genuinely, I can't say enough, like, it's hard. I'm sure a bunch of the spoken word poets here can speak to it. It's sometimes hard to interface with the Lit Fests and the Book Fests, as wonderful they are around the country. They sometimes don't seem like places for us, and it touches my heart when a place for us is made so beautifully. So for this wonderful space, for having us in the program, for letting us have all these beautiful poets here, thank you so much. We also would not be able to do this evening without Creative Scotland. They might not matter to you, but they matter fucking hugely to us. But I know people in this room will know how precarious arts funding is. That's not just a problem in England, that is a problem up north as well. And we are very, very grateful that Creative Scotland have funded us consistently and made us able to do these big slam series and really focused on spoken word. Spoken word, if you're kind of here as part of the Lit Fest and you're like, what does it even mean? Like, spoken word is such an underrepresented art form across the country. We talk a lot up in Edinburgh about how it's always the smallest part of the fringe, but I think it packs the most punch. You look at a night like tonight where you have 11 different poets, 11 totally different voices, amazing subject matters, different backgrounds, different approaches, all of that condensed. You laugh one minute, tears the next, sometimes in the same poem. And you don't find that in many other art forms quite like you do in spoken word, and quite with the same ability of access. Anyone can get up and say a poem. They can get up and say what's inside them. And that is a huge, huge, powerful thing. If this is your first time seeing an event like this, please go and find more. The best people to ask, the poets. They will tell you where you can find more spoken word shows near you. If you are lost, if you don't know where to look, hit us up. Come and chat to us. We'll give you a card. You know how to fucking use Google. Loud Poets, we're on it all. Like, we will point you in the direction of where you can find more. Our whole job is to platform spoken word, to give these amazing poets a beautiful stage like this to say their words in front of an amazing audience like yourself. So please don't let this be your last spoken word event. Yes. So the math's going well then. Okay, I'll do a poem. Jack, you know all my poems. I don't know, I'm going to give you 3 words like you're going to go, what could that be? We'll do Lasco. During lockdown, I became obsessed with a cave in France, as you do. I watched all of YouTube, saw this video about these cave paintings in this cave these 2 guys found post-World War II. They found this cave and were so awestruck by the paintings they found there of like flora and fauna, this hall of bulls, and the thing that really gripped me was the images of hands on the walls and the ceilings. And you think how fucking difficult that was to do. Why would you do that? And then you kind of look at a room full of poets sharing their heart out for points, and you go, why would you do that? And you go, there must be something, right? There's something that connects that bridge from all the way back there to now, that we want to leave that print, that imprint. And no more time did I feel that than in lockdown when my job disappeared. So I was like, I just obsessed with this place. And so I wrote this poem, Lasco. Walk in the dark. It's only soil and stone. Call out and hear only your own echoing tone. This inhospitable hole is the furthest thing from a home. Musty air that swirls with dust, tunnels strewn with bones. This place is old, but so are we. And all we ever needed was the light to see. Flickering flame casts a glow that travels back to the feed of the pack, the bite of the cold, the warmth of the gathering, the joy of a story told. Fire stretches its fingers and black walls flood with color. the collected work of generations, an art installation 18,000 years in the making. A painstaking effort and a time so hard to survive. No reward in mind, just a way to say we were alive. Or perhaps there was a purpose. A guide to the flora and fauna that could hurt us. Lessons too painful to trust to words spoken. A hall of bulls might simply be the symbol of a single heart broken. Or maybe they're a map, a plan of attack. The animal's easiest to track. Time spent now, but with full-bellied interest later paid back. There is no way of knowing for sure. But these are not the images that act as Lascaux's lure. No, it is the hands. They are reaching, grasping, pulling directly from the past, the red pigment blasted absence of a person's pressed palm upon the rock, the thought that you can touch the stone face and place yourself in the exact space of someone so unrecognizable, someone who died before history had begun, but who felt compelled for some memory to be held long after they were gone. How could that be anything but humbling? How could you still your hands from trembling? Would your mind flash to a nursery class full of 21st century children, placing painted palms on paper later to be displayed not on cave walls, but magnet held to family refrigerators? Would you still see unfathomable distance? Or would you finally understand there has only ever been an arm's reach between us? Okie doke. Guys, it's been an absolutely amazing slam. Can I just please get Maria Ferguson back up on the stage to hand over the belt? Is that all right, Maria? If you want to come over, pass the belt along, that'd be lovely. I'll hand you the belt. Like I said, any three would be worthwhile, worthy winners. I really hope you guys will back your winner, follow them to the Grand Slam final. All the slams are up on YouTube. This one will go up. You can follow along. But for now, can I get a little drum roll, please? As we welcome back to the stage, the Loud Poets Bradford Slam champion, go wild for Tristan Lane!
Couple of things. Thank you to everyone who's done all that, but thank you to the audience as well, man. The reason I love doing this is because the audiences are so great. It's absolute pin drop for everyone. Yeah. And if you've ever, I'm sure we've got people who've performed all through the audience there, and you might have done open mics here, and you might have done been in a band there. But you know what? Spoken word audiences, there's nothing like it. Yeah. So when someone is speaking and they're putting their heart on the line, thank you. You know what I mean? That's from all of us, I'm sure. You know, it really means a lot. It would be nothing. I'll just do one. I sometimes do it as a slam thing, but I'm not sure it's quite as accessible as the others, but it kind of means the most to me. It's called the European Convention on Human Rights. So which bit is it exactly don't you like? Article 2, which puts a duty on the state to save your life, and to stop you getting killed and to keep you safe from danger, if that's something you object to, I'd like you to explain, do you not want the right to life, or should that right be demarcated to groups and individuals that someone somewhere favors because they look a bit like this, or they think a bit like that, or they were born and bred in Blighty and didn't float here on a raft? And I'd like you to outline for me the criteria for inclusion, because I thought life was a human right, and you got it because you're human. Or is it Article 3 that causes you distress? Have you got a list of people that you think should be exempt? Because a little bit of torture, it goes a long, long way, and cruel, degrading treatment, it's not as bad as people say. Or is it Article 6? Or is it, and I'm guessing now, maybe Article 6, is that the one that brings you out in hives and nervous tics? The right to a fair trial. When everyone knows he's guilty, just look and listen to his voice. And doesn't he look shifty? And all those lefty lawyers twisting up our Constitution saying everyone's got human rights now just because they're human. Now, Article 14 prohibits all discrimination by gender, race, religion, or political persuasion. Article 10 gives us the freedom to express our thoughts out loud. And 11 says we can march the streets and gather in a crowd where we can chant and wave our flags and cause minor disruption to the traffic on the ring road if we ask nicely for permission. And if we're not inciting hatred or violence or slander, if we're not guilty of obscenity or shouting fire in a crowded theatre, then these rights are protected, even if that leaves you fuming, because these are human rights, and you've got them because you're human. So tell me once again, which are the bits that you don't like? The right to marry who you love, the right to a family life, the right to not be punished if you didn't break the law, the right to worship gods that don't seem to live here anymore. Or have I got this the wrong way round? Am I asking the wrong question? What is it that you stopped from doing by the words of this convention, like deporting old Jamaican men who've lived here all their life, or sending Syrians to Rwanda when they've only just arrived? Or are you just quite happy with division and confusion in the hope that we forget just what it means to be a human? In 1953, the European Convention on Human Rights was drafted, and in 1950, the European Convention on Human Rights was drafted. In 1953, it was ratified, and I'll probably never need it because I'm a white cis male with centuries of history on my side. And while it might be nice to think that if you cause no harm, no one will hate you just for being who you are, but sadly, that is not the case, and you don't know the time or place when you might need the strong protection of the law. So if anybody ever tries to take those rights away, your duty and my duty is to stop them, because these are human rights. You don't get them because you're nice. They're yours. You've got them because you're human. Thank you.
An absolutely incredible final round on top of an incredible slam. Guys, like I said, all the shows are up on YouTube. The whole point, like I said, we're trying to raise up spoken word, and a big part of it is connecting the scenes that don't get connected. We hope you go and look at what the scene looks like in Dumfries and Aberdeen, and we hope they get a chance to look at what the scene looks like here in Bradford, because it is amazing across the country. And yeah, just like what Tristan was saying, spoken word audiences, spoken word poets, it's a special thing, and so we hope you keep coming along. For now, can I get a huge thank you for Bradford Literature Festival for having us? For all the staff here at the loading bay, especially Sam, our beautiful technician. Can we give it up for our spectacular judges? And a special thank you to our Sacrificial Poet, Maria Ferguson. Make sure to buy a copy of Swell on your way out. Give it up for Jack Eggs. For my fellow loud poet man, the cameras, give it up for Mark Galley. For all of our slammers. And one final thunderous applause for your champion, Tristan Liz. This has been the Loud Poets Bradford Slam. You guys have been fucking amazing. I have been Kevin Mclean, and we will see you again next time. Good night. thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, then please help us share it with more people by clicking the like button down below. If you want to see more videos like it, well, there should be one on your screen right now. Click that and you can head right there. Or you can subscribe to the channel. Make sure to ring the bell icon for notifications and you will never miss another video we put out. If that's not enough for you, well, good news. We have over 50 full-length Loud Poet shows that you can get access to, either by joining us over on the Patreon page or by becoming a member right here on YouTube. All you need to do is click the join button down below. Thank you for watching, and we will see you again next time.